So yeah, that me telling that Halloween story was kind of because I got kind of loud in that one.
Well, it came across pretty fine.
I can get pretty intense in my fucking talking. Let's see.
What's the question, amateur artist? But if you have the Discord app on your phone, I think you can open up the chat and just see anything that pops up there.
I do, but what do you mean?
You know you'd be able to just see if anyone mentions anything. Not Discord, sorry, Picarto.
Oh.
If you go to the Picarto website from your phone, you should be able to. You can just like disable the video and just look at the chat if you need to.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Think that's gonna help?
Only if you want to be able to see the chat if anyone asks anything without having to switch back and forth on your monitor.
That's a good idea. I'll do that right now. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna bring up the next topic, but you can say something.
Amateur Artist 98 asked us if there was, or if besides Dragon Ball, if there were any other shonen anime series that we would like to do something.
Nope.
With.
I do not watch anime at all.
Just Dragon Ball.
I didn't even really watch it. I kind of just because when I watched it to do the Dragon Ball Z, I didn't watch it for the story or anything. I just watched it because I wanted to study how the animation looked, how the people are drawn, stuff like that. It had nothing to do with the actual story. Like I do that with just about any show of a character that I'd never watch a TV show from. Like what was it? Goof Troops was a good example. I had never watched Goof Troops before, but I had to draw Peg, and so I just randomly looked for some episodes, turned the volume down, and just like, that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And as for me, there's not a lot of shonen anime that I really watch, so.
But I'll draw any of them. Like I don't give a fuck. I'll draw them all.
So Amateur Artist 98. It really depends on how much people want to see them.
Yeah, I think there's a good demand for Naruto.
Mm-hmm.
Kinda, and that might happen someday.
Yep, I think Naruto and One Piece are the big ones that people are really like.
Oh yeah, One Piece. Yeah. I have a friend who watched One Piece like religiously, and I wouldn't mind checking that out either. One Piece is pretty cool.
Slappy, is your stream doing anything, or is it?
Oh yeah, sorry. I had to stop to get the thing up on my phone.
Oh right.
Yeah.
I forgot you.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm drawing now. I'm back to work. Okay, so let's see. What's the next topic I got here? Oh yeah, they showed Batman's dick in that recent comic.
I heard something about that. I didn't actually read anymore. I just saw something today about that they wound up editing the artwork and getting rid of it.
Well, yeah, they did, but only in the digital version. If you want the real copy, like you get to see the dick, but you gotta get it in real version, So,
physical copies.
Yeah. Yeah. amateur knows. But yeah, I saw bits and pieces.
And pieces of his
that's all that was all that was there was bits and pieces. I got to see his bat dick. That was pretty cool. I mean, not cool in the fact that I'm not gay, but it was pretty. He's hung, that's for sure. Now, what I want to know is, because from what I've read or listened to, amateur already.
Oh,
you got the link for it.
Okay. Oh well, let's see.
Oh yeah, be amazed.
Oh wow, it's there.
Oh yeah. But yeah, they say this is supposed to be like a series for like adults and stuff like that, and I mean, I'll be okay with it, but they gotta have some tits. They gotta have some Harley Quinn sex. They gotta do that kind of stuff. You can't just leave it to just a dick and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Because this was the topic I was talking about in one of my older videos, my SlappyVlogs, was they have all these guts and cussing and drugs and all that stuff, but they don't have anything on nudity. Like that's the one sacred cow they won't touch. And so I think this is kind of like the first step in the right direction, but it depends. Like, is it going to be only like men because they don't want to offend anybody, and then stuff like that? Because they can get away with doing a dick, but can they get away with doing it with something else?
Well, it was also interesting thing is that He's not hard in that picture, and there's a thing with how they determine I think it's for like the ratings for movies, like whether or not it's an R or if it becomes NC-17. I think one of the main distinctions there winds up being you can show a dick in R as long as it's not erect. Once it becomes erect, it pushes the rating over into NC-17. Now I think I'm right on that. I could just be.
That does make sense.
Yeah. I could be repeating something I heard once and am completely wrong, but I think that is a thing.
Well, from what I've heard is that they say that there's no limits on this one, that the higher-ups have told the writers and animators that they can do whatever they want.
Well, we'll see.
As far as turning it into a full-on sex comic,
probably
I doubt it.
Happen, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a balance of where the optimal amount you can get to get the most audience.
That'd be crazy if they did it, though. Like, just imagine all the newspapers and the articles. Like, these guys, even though it would stir up this controversy, the comic would sell.
Mm-hmm.
They'd make mad money by doing it, especially if it was like canon. Like, oh, in this comic, Harley Quinn and Nightwing fucks or something, and they show it. They show the full penetration.
Not just cutaway.
Not that soft, gentle kind of silhouette shit.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff you find on MILFtoon, that's the stuff you get. I wonder what's going on MILFtoon, by the way.
Nothing good. I mean,
really?
It's okay stuff, but PBX hasn't done much in a while there, and
I've seen some of his recent stuff with that. I forget the name. I know what he's doing. He's parodying that Netflix series.
Netflix
with the blonde chick. I forget what the name of it is because I don't have Netflix.
I have no idea which it is.
All right, well, yeah, he's doing that. I wish the guy would go back to traditional art style. Nothing bad about what he has now. Everything looks good.
He does the
F is for family. Thank you, amateur. Yeah.
It's where he does he's doing more digital.
And I totally get why. It's got to be like to save time.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be way more work to do that sort of stuff with actual canvas and paper and pen and all that.
Yeah, but it does. I know what you mean. It does look visually. It just doesn't look as good. Or something looks a little more soft. I don't know if that's the right.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But it's also he did a. Nope, forgot what I was gonna say. Well,
I think pretty much like I said in one of my older videos, is like he might be the only one actually doing something good in that's bringing home the money. Like when it comes to MILFtoon, I mean, I've seen a lot of other MILFtoon comics, and
there is another artist that they have who doesn't do too much there, but I liked. They did a Witcher parody one, I think, or maybe it's not The Witcher, but it was the name was parodying it. Now I can't remember which artist that is, but I do like the one whatever they did. They're a much more cartoony style than PBX, but I did like what they sort of stuff they had going.
I got no idea.
Amateur artist MILFtoon has quite a few Dragon Ball comics.
Yeah.
I think they're all from PBX, but
what was it? That DBX.
Yeah,
I tried to color a few pages, but then something happened and I never managed to finish it. And that's really sucks because that looks so good. Like, oh, I still got the pages. I still got them. I hope maybe someday it'll change and I have time to do it. Miss those days. I miss coloring in Pandora Box's stuff. It's what got me who I am now. Let's see, what else? Okay, well, if you don't have anything else to say about MILFtoon, we can move on to this next topic.
Do I have anything else to say? Oh, I just want to say that I am annoyed with the fact that they have a bunch of other sites that have similar content.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Sign up for
that's
each one
so fucking
individually.
stupid.
especially since
How they
some
make
of
that
them
money?
did not get up, haven't been updated in forever, but you still have to pay.
That reminds me. I think I don't know if I told you this. I mentioned it somewhere that if you remember that really old comic I made, it was only 3 pages of American Dad.
Yep, I remember
with Francine and Snot
in the pool.
Yeah, that I was actually going to submit that as a test to MILFTune. Like I was thinking, what if I gave them a comic and see if I get in this.
Yeah,
I already did, but they never got back to me. I sent them those 3 pages, and they never said anything back. And I was like, fuck.
Well, there's always, sort of thing you really have to keep pressing them, because sometimes they just forget. Or maybe they didn't get it.
It's possible that I sent it to the wrong email. I don't know, but I doubt it. I hope not. But I mean, so much time has passed now that if I was to do it, I'd have to start over again.
Yeah. Well, it's something, it's the thing where you can always do something as just like a test and send it to them and see if they're interested, and if not, just release it for yourself. But
yeah, like I said, that was the plan with this American Dad thing.
Because I mean, it's good work if you can get it. So.
Oh yeah. But then another thing is nowadays I seem to be doing so much work for my Patreons. Those guys seem to be the people who are funding everything. So it's if I was to go somewhere else at this point, it would eat into the content that they get.
Yeah, you want to make it's a balance you gotta strike.
It's very time consuming. I got so many drawings to do, man.
Oh, I know how the feel is. I've got so many animations. I mean,
oh yeah, amateur.
I have so many. So.
Yeah, fuck, man. I feel sorry for you, man. Because they just keep piling up.
I know.
I think amateur. What is that link? I can't get the link right now.
This is being I'll click on it. Let's see. What is being remade? Oh, that's right. The actual the artist from Japan, the hentai artist, got permission from Pandora's Box to just remake the Pandora's Box in their own style. Or
oh yeah.
Should be interesting to see when that comes out.
Again, I mentioned my opinion on that. I don't know what to say on it.
Well,
you gotta do a damn good job. That's all I can say. I'm talking if that shit does not look as amazing as the original, I'm gonna have to thumbs down it. Because it's one thing to color in Pandora's Box stuff. It's totally one thing. But to completely make a whole new thing off the exact same content, it's like I said, you have to make sure it's better than the original or in some way. And I don't know, I've never seen an artist who could possibly be better than Pandora's Box. There was one guy actually, I forget that guy's name. That there was no way, I cannot remember his name, but he does this painting art style. And some of his examples were that he did Zero Suit Samus fucking some weird bird thing. And Zoantan, if anybody can remember who I'm talking about. But that guy might be the only other artist who is skilled enough, at least in my opinion, to take on Pandora's Box in his style. Again, it's just my opinion. Look how well I fucking draw. I don't stand a light to these guys. These guys are titans of the craft. Let's move on. Next topic. Dungeons and Dragons. That's a good topic. I still have not played that in a very long time.
It's been a while for me as well, but I did enjoy it when I did.
Yeah, me too. Do you have any interesting stories about that?
Oh, yes. If I can remember them. One slightly related interesting story is that despite the fact that everyone hates the first live-action Dungeons and Dragons movie, it is still one of my favorite movies.
I've never actually watched it.
A lot of people really hate it, but I don't. I like it. I think it is a fun fantasy Dungeons and Dragons-y movie. But as for actual D&D,
can you tell me exactly what do you think could be so wrong about it?
People just didn't like the. I mean, No, I don't know why people don't like it. They just didn't, but I do. So, it's one of those things where I don't know why people don't like it. People.
The only reason why I could think they don't like it is if they don't stay true to the original source.
Well, it's Dungeons and Dragons, so it's hard. Like, I don't know how you could stay true to it. Just you have, because that was the thing about Dungeons and Dragons. It could really be in any world, and as long as it's that sort of like adventure, you got the party that goes on a quest, and then so and so. That's it. And it's got Jeremy Irons as the bad guy, and so how can you not like that?
Again, I never seen it, so I can't tell.
I mean, I would just give it a try. I liked it. Amateur Artist, the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. I have seen that. It's real weird.
Yeah, I got a sketch for that ready to go. I don't know if I'm gonna ever get to it, but yeah, did I ever show it to you?
Yes, you did, I think.
Yeah, I got a sketch ready to go for that. Kind of changed, and I'm not sure what's gonna happen if I'm gonna do that or not.
Dungeons and Dragons.
I have it.
The
picture. I have it, but again, I don't know if I'm actually gonna finish it. I have for a lot of sketches, a lot of animations that you have. I have a lot of sketches that I've never finished. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, you said you had some stories, like getting back to Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm trying to. Actually, most of my stories are actually about a friend of mine that plays it, who is just. You'd have to know them personally, but they just have a way of speaking where they say the right thing at the wrong time, and it ends up being perfectly hilarious. Or you can see how they thought what they said was going to make sense, and instead it is really terrible. But as an example, they're playing a game. They're playing a Dungeons and Dragons game, and basically go into this village, and we need to get some information. And so there's a bunch of urchins, street urchins running around the street. And so he looks at them and then turns to one of the villagers and says, "Bring me the most savory child." In the sense of you don't want an unsavory child. So savory is the word he chose to use, which has different meanings. So it's little things like that. And they do some. There's another one where he was a bard, and he managed to charm this beast that they were fighting, and then one of the other players shot an arrow from 100 feet away and shot it in the head, and as it's dying, he leans in close to the dying bear and is like, "This is how it always had to be." And it's just, I don't understand how he manages to always do it in a way that is just absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, that does sound like I don't know, but yeah, I guess I got a story about Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, so I was a cleric, and his name was Pardue, and yeah, I actually based it off the Tom Hanks movie, if you remember, called Mazes and Monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I named him Pardue off that, and he was supposed to be a devout cleric, like super like. I don't know how to explain it. Like, basically, if you weren't human, that was the only exception, is if you were a human, even if you were a bad guy, like you were like a bandit or whoever, you should live. And so that my cleric kind of caused some problems in the group because there were like some bandits and pirates and shit. And he was like, "No, don't kill him, don't kill him." It was like, well, what the fuck are we supposed to do? So I can't remember what happened there, but I do remember, so we went into a cave. It was like some cave, and it was empty. It was like a field, an empty room. Yeah. And above us was it's like a stalactite, but it's got tentacles and like an eye. You know what I'm talking about?
No, but that's
yes,
like a monster.
Yeah, so it's got that, and wait a minute, Chitara. I've never drawn Chitara before. I wouldn't mind doing it though. I'm up to draw anybody. So yeah, we fought this stalactite monster thing, and it was kind of tough because we weren't ready. We managed to win, but like barely. And one of the interesting stories was like while what was going on was one of my team members got caught up. He got caught, and he was like up in the air, like spinning around by one of the tentacle things. And I already used my move, and so I couldn't heal him because I was healing someone else. And so it was like, oh fuck, looks like this guy's gonna die. That's it. And so I was thinking like, okay, I have a healing potion, and here's my plan. I roll it to throw it at him and see if he grabs it. And I fucking roll it, fucking 20. Fucking everybody's like, oh yeah. I got Pardew to do like one of those football dances. Like he just scored a touchdown, and he managed to catch the drink, and I healed the guy. Like it was everybody in my group thought that this wasn't gonna happen, and I managed to keep the guy alive that way. That was really one of the glorious moments of my guy, Pardew. Oh yeah, afterwards when we actually did defeat it, because I remember before we went into that cave, I was like, hey guys, I don't want to go inside this cave. That shit looks scary. And everybody was like, no, let's do it. We're adventurers or whatever. And I was like, fuck. So when we did leave and we did come out, I scolded the fuck out of everyone. I was like, why didn't you fuckers listen to me? We almost died. If I didn't throw that perfect potion, we would have lost a member, and I would have been pissed. And I was just really like to the point that the dungeon master was like, wow, that was a really good speech. I'm gonna boost your charisma because of that. Yeah, so that was the story to that. That was pretty cool. Like I said, since then I have not played Dungeons and Dragons in years.
Yeah, it has been quite a while for me as well.
I want to. Like I think that'd be really cool. Like if we meet you and a group of other people that did that. Like that would be so cool. I would love to do that. We can live stream it and everything. I even have some ideas for some other characters, you know. I don't know how many times have you actually played it. I only played it once. I mean, like one session, like one group.
I've played it a few times.
All right, well, yeah, like I said, I was thinking that'd be so sweet if we got some people to do that. Speaking of people, I saw on my following list just today, just before I started this, none other than Big Time is following me here on Picardo. Big Time, like, holy fuck, Big Time. I used to watch his, look at his stuff like all the time years ago. That's like to him, he is my celebrity, you know. That's because something about his art style. He's able to accurately make everybody look accurate to the show, almost to like how Zone does it. And it's like, if that guy's watching, I would love to do an interview or something with you.
Yeah.
So, like the same way I did with you, like on that old episode of SlappyVlog.
Yeah, I remember.
I would like to do that with him, because like I really like the guy, especially like because the controversy that he what was it, Tytuff? I think that's his name, Tytuff. You know who I'm talking about?
No, I don't think so.
That I think he's French. That cartoon with the big head.
That character, Titouf.
Titouf, that's how you say it. I don't know how to say it. But he got a lot of shit for drawing that character fucking so many women. And I didn't understand why. Like what's the big deal? Why do people hate this kid? I actually ended up drawing a little picture of Titouf myself, almost like a troll, and it's like of him on top of like this fat chick with like a paper bag over her head, and it just says your mom, and it has Titouf on top in French saying like you mad or something like that. It's a really old picture. It's pretty shit now, but I just did that because I don't understand why everybody hates the fucking guy. I draw him. I'll fucking draw Titouf. Like I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the comments on Rule 34. For some reason, the comments on Rule 34 just, I don't want to use the word, but it's kind of toxic is the word. Like, oh my gosh, these people are so racist, anti-Semitic, and all that stuff. It is insane. Man, like, they get shit on comments and stuff. Oh, like, I remember page 10 to MILF Party. Page 10... Which was page 10? Snot and the daughters.
Oh yeah, the last one.
Yeah, I actually saw one of the comments on Rule 34 was like, "Oh, this is a great picture, but I don't like it because Snot and Snot's a Jew." I was like, "What? That's it? You don't like? What the fuck?" I was telling you, man. Some people are fucking weird, man. Especially on Rule 34.
Well, it's the internet in general, really.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't like the censorship stuff that like other sites are doing, the hate speech or whatever. But it's like I'm sure there's a way to fix it without shutting off other people's voices. Wait a minute. Let's see. My phone is. You got a link on Amateur. You have a link. I can't look at links at the moment.
It's an old picture you did of. I think it's Lois dressed up as Harley Quinn.
Fuck, I never do that.
Well,
let me see if I can pull it up.
Maybe you didn't do it. Maybe someone else did it, and he just wants you to redo it.
Oh yeah, that's what's his name? I got it. Bobby Love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't draw that. Yeah, I didn't draw that. What the fuck? Bobby Love. Yeah, a lot of people keep asking me what's going on with Bobby Love because his Patreon got shut down, and everybody's like, "Oh fuck, where'd he go?" I mean, it looks like he's coming back. It looks like he's back, but yeah, I remember I contacted him that day. That day, Patreon went after me for like the stuff. They suspended my account and all that. I messaged him, and I was like, "Hey, dude, they're going after me. I might end up going after you." And he was like, "What's going on?" And then the very next day, they fucking got him. I was like, "What the fuck?" And he messaged me back saying, "Oh, that's what you meant. Well, I guess I'm gone." And then that's it. He just left. He vanished. I don't know why he would say a message like that. And that was all. Since then, everybody's been like, "Oh, how do you contact him? You know him?" Because I did one little collaboration with him. Like I said, it looks like he's back. It looks like he's drawing again. I'm more than happy to help him. Like when it comes to this Patreon thing, all you have to do is just not draw Steve, or at least just don't post Steve on Patreon. Like it's a simple fix. You didn't have to like leave. Like I seem to be doing fine now. I'm kind of confused, and I'm also a little worried about you because you've been posting that anime comic with the purple hair.
They're old enough.
That doesn't sound like you're too sure.
Well, they haven't given me any grief about it, so
I'm just worried for you because I don't want anything bad to happen to you.
They've given me grief about other comics and stuff already, so or other posts and stuff, and I already dealt with that. But that was one they never mentioned, so I think I'm good until they decide that they don't want that one either.
Yeah, it's scary, man. Patreon it's creepy because I don't know what's gonna happen. Like they say, "Oh, we're for free speech, we're for free all this stuff," and then they somehow Patreon is able to work with PayPal.
Yeah, well, this is why they're able to work with PayPal is because, well, basically the whole reason they did the whole crackdown and they're starting to be more strict is because PayPal basically told them that if they don't do that, then they can't use PayPal anymore, which would basically cut off 99% of Patreon everything. So it's really all PayPal's fault.
But that's what's so confusing about it because like you can see how they have it on Bang Bros and browsers, all these other sites that full on porn. But for some reason,
I don't think that they let you use PayPal for those.
Well, it's through that Epoch thing or whatever.
Yeah, but that's very different than PayPal, and Epoch takes a much, basically all of the. I did a lot of research on this, so this is something I do know. All of the payment processors for adult sites take a huge chunk of your money as opposed to PayPal, because PayPal takes. What is it, like 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction, which is not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but these guys will take from anywhere from 15 to 20%, which is partially just because they can, but also because all the credit card processors like Visa and MasterCard will charge an huge extra fee if you're doing any risky content, which includes anything adult.
That's bullshit, man. Why? Ugh. I hate how they do this because it's like it's clear as day, obvious, something that pretty much a good portion of society is doing now. It's like the thing, like it's in or whatever, and yet they still want to do this pearl clutching bullshit where they're like, oh no, we gotta protect the children. It's like, even though the fucking children are the ones going through these loopholes to fucking get the porn.
Indeed. So that's it.
And didn't you say like other countries don't have it as strict as we do?
Yeah. Oh no, like France. Some of the stuff that's for children, you would not be able to sell here for children at all. It's a huge difference with what is allowed and what isn't.
Like what?
Well, there's a good example, and I'm trying to remember what it was. But like, just as an example, like stuff that's meant for 8 to 10-year-olds or whatever, will have like nudity all over the place, and it's just a thing. Like, they don't care. Just like,
yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that too. Like, there shouldn't be any like okay, just like the female chest.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that. You know,
that's
that can totally be okay for kids to watch. I mean, not blow it in your face, you know, but you know, just subtle stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just
It's just stuff like that. It's like it's not like super big things, but it's just stuff that here is just not allowed. Not allowed here.
What the fuck in the chat? Mexico lowered the age of consent to 12.
That's like actually a.
I don't think I don't think we're actually talking about actual sex. I think you're getting this confused. Like, I don't condone that. Don't do that. But I just meant like just showing off just a little bit of female nudity is all. You know.
Mm.
It doesn't even have to be sex. No sex. Just, you know, like, you know, I don't know what to say. But yeah, I think things need to change a little bit here in America. Just need to ease up. Because like I said, it's all just hypocritical bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, here's some. Now I got something I wanna do to you. So I have this question that I gave my brothers years ago, and we had fun, and I figured I'd give it to you because the topic of Dungeons and Dragons. Let me grab my colors first.
Colors.
Yeah, I finished my inking, so now I have to start getting under the colors. Zoe is looking pretty good. So this is a what would you do scenario. Okay, so wait a minute, shoot, I was just about to say something. Yeah, what Lazy Rock said. It doesn't have to be like the center of attention, the porn and nudity kind of thing. When it comes to cartoon shows or any sort of show, a perfect example of which I put in my old episodes was The Walking Dead. That, I think, I forget her name, fuck, because I haven't watched it in so long, but that chick, he lifts her top up, and she's like, I'll have sex with you, and she just takes her shirt off, and she just shows the tits, but they don't show the tits, they kind of just have the camera up, so you can't see it. And I'm just thinking, this show is about zombies, gore, blood, they even got a little warning sign before the show starts, all that. Come on! A little nipple isn't gonna destroy a fucking family, you know? You could have done it. And that's what I meant, you know? All right, sorry, I just wanted to get off that, trying again, okay? Walking somewhere, let's say you have, you're carrying a box with 2 cans of beans. Okay? And they're like the easy to open cans, like
with the ring. The pop.
Yeah, you don't need a can opener. And you're just walking to donate them, like a good Samaritan. You're just gonna go walk and just go do something to donate and do a good thing. All of a sudden, it's a black van, big black van, and when it opens up, two guys in black uniforms grab you and just put you in the van. Okay. All right. Now, when you're inside the van, it's kind of like a limo. It's kind of like a limo where you're on one side and the 2 bodyguards are on the other side. All right. Now you have your 2 cans of beans still in your hand or in the box or whatever, and right between those 2 bodyguards is none other than George Clooney and his wife.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So George Clooney is looking at you, and he's got there's like a bottle of lube next to him. All right, so he's got a bottle of lube right there, and he says, you know, AE, you got a nice package between your legs. You look really good. You look really well endowed. you got that Batman cock. I'm secretly a closeted cuck, and I'm ready to pay you $5,000, and all you have to do is fuck my wife inside this van while I record it and jack off.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Well, right now, yeah, sure.
No. You can't just give me like one sentence. You gotta detail it up. All right, like, because this picture in your mind, it's actually happening. Because you just got abducted by George Clooney. Like, you don't just be like, sure.
Well,
you kind of got a little nervous. You're a little shook up, confused.
I would be like, this is like candid camera. Like people waiting to jump out at me.
George Clooney, he says, no, it's nothing like that. This is very, like, the van's moving now. The van is driving and doing its thing. Kind of like in a bang bus with George Clooney. And so now George Clooney's like, no, this is not a trick. I have the money in my hand, I have the video camera in another hand, and the wife is right there. She even opens up her legs and shows you what she's got. Shaven, all that. And so he's like, the only rule is that I want you to be super violent. I want you to tie her up, gag her mouth, slap her around, all that kind of stuff. Be very violent, all that stuff. That's the only rule.
And we're filming this?
George Clooney says, "Yep, he's gonna film it and he's gonna jack off while you do it."
Can we make sure that there's like a little intro that says you're paying me to do this, and that she's all right with it?
George Clooney says, nope. Like, he's got to make it feel as real as possible, so that he can watch it later.
Now, you mean we can film that, and then you can give that part to me and cut it out?
He says, no, I'm not going to give it to you. This is just going to be my own personal thing.
Well, you can just give me the intro bit.
He's basically like saying, like, it's going to be shot. It's going to start filming the moment you start, like, penetrating her and you start doing the violent stuff.
See, I feel like this is a trap. Like, there's just got, like, some video evidence of me being violent with his wife. And, I'm not the rich guy.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be. I don't know.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do? Because, like I said, you're still driving in a van with 2 bodyguards, and one of the bodyguards start cracking their knuckles. So George Clooney's like, okay, I need an answer.
Okay. And then when like try to find an opportunity for when they're not looking to just kind of like turn on my phone so it's recording, but like in my pocket, and just kind of.
How are you gonna have it when your pants is off?
No, like,
you're not gonna.
It'll be back in my pocket where it was. I just want the audio of, and then just kind of get it to reiterate that, that this is all what he wants me to do, and it's not like I'm going to jail later.
Okay, well then, you would have to find a way to get him to talk while it's happening, because you don't have it recorded right now.
Yeah. Oops.
No, George Clooney doesn't know that. This is just what you're telling me.
Yeah.
But. Okay, so I mean, George Clooney's like, so is this gonna happen or what?
Sure.
Okay. This is stupid, I know, but okay, so
I mean, honestly, in the situation there, right? And I'm not sure if George Clooney is trying to frame me or not. Might be a little too nervous to get things going, because I think I'm gonna go to jail.
Yeah.
Because.
I will say, like, that a smart answer, because both my brothers were like, well, let's get it on. so you think it's smart. That's pretty good. That's pretty smart, but
yeah.
Now you just gotta, like I said, you just gotta find a way to do it while you're doing it. Like, because you remember, George, you're in this tiny bang bus, like, there's not enough space. And while you're doing all the things you're doing, George Clooney has a camera on you at all times.
This is real weird.
So how are you gonna do that? But remember, you have those pop open cans of beans still. Just dropping a little hint.
Just like, God.
All right, so we don't have to get into details, but let's just say,
Forgotten about those cans of beans.
yeah, you still got those. Those are like your inventory.
I mean, like, I don't know if I like where the options this gives me.
Well, I mean, you've already said yes.
Right.
So George Clooney has already taken his pants off. He's got his dick in his hand, and he's getting ready to start filming. And I don't know, and the wife, she's already getting down on the middle of the van and just like pulling up a skirt or whatever. So basically, it's up to you now. Like, you take your pants off, you do your thing. Like, I need you to make it official. Like, do you penetrate her?
I mean, like,
George Clooney's,
I would try.
He's
And,
like, any minute now.
Like, I have to figure out like how I got my phone recorded, right? But my pants are wherever, and so just kind of stall a little bit to get George Clooney to like, so get him on record, right?
All right, but again, like, how do you do that? How do you get pull out your phone and do all that?
Oh, like I before I took the pants off, right? Just kind of like, So like, where are the beans?
They're right next to you. Like, they're pretty much still on your lap before you.
So they're like not in a bag. It's just like I've got some cans of beans.
Yeah, you just got them.
Just got.
No, this is dumb.
Oh my God.
Like, there is a right answer to this, but I can't tell you.
I'm trying to figure out what this right answer is. It has to do with beans.
But I mean, remember, you're on a time limit because George Clooney's like, I'm getting soft here. You better take them pants off and entertain me.
Oh my God.
And those security guards are looking kind of hungry themselves. You know, like they're kind of like, we about to do something if this guy doesn't like give us the goods.
Well, I mean, I guess I just kind of do it. I can't really think of what else to do, and I'm scared of these security guards and George Clooney.
So okay, it's official. You took your pants off, right? Everything is getting filmed right now at this point, right?
Yep.
There's no turning back. You are now on camera, and you are taking your pants off. She's like, was it tied up? All that stuff, and you're just going to town. Like, just tell me, like, are you going to town enjoying it, or are you going to town and just like, oh,
it's probably like, okay, and probably not as vigorous as George Clooney desires.
Okay, so George Clooney, like, you're doing it. You go to town. Just give me just tell me, what are some of the rough things you do to her? You know, because that's one of the things George Clooney demands from you.
Okay, well, I am a very, very non-violent person, so probably just like, and then just kind of like a paw at her face, like it's a slap, but way too soft. Just like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's like,
got those Steve Smith kind of punches.
Yeah, just like, yes, exactly, just like, and then it just like collapses.
Okay, so you do that.
Yeah, just like repeatedly, like, yeah, take that.
Almost like some bad acting.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, all right. So you do your thing. You're both done. George Clooney, he comes, and everything's done. All right.
Wow, he liked that, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna get into details as to like, oh, you start doing this. Like, this isn't supposed to be some fanfic.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, let's say, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. You know, you do your thing.
Not claw at her face, Lazy Rock. Paw at her face.
But I mean, remember, George Clooney's like, you gotta be really rough. You know, like she's tied up.
I'm trying.
She's tied up while you do this.
That is the extent of my rough ability.
Is attempting to do that.
Is just like the Steve Smith punch.
Yeah. Okay. So like I said, you finish.
Being realistic here.
Yeah. Okay. So you finish your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
George Clooney happily, like, he turns off the camera and he happily gives you the $5,000.
Okay.
He says, thank you for doing this. Yeah.
Okay.
So now the band stops and you get out, and now this is your last chance. This is the last opportunity. George Clooney, the door's open and everything. You still got your cans of beans and everything. This is the last chance. What do you do before he leaves, closes the door and leaves?
I have no idea. What am I supposed to do with these beans?
Well, remember, you're just supposed to go deliver them to the homeless shelter.
Yeah. All right. I'll just ask him if he's gonna give me a ride to the homeless shelter.
He says no.
Oh.
He says fuck no. He just drops you right here. For all you know, you're probably more further away from your destination now than from before you got in the van.
Oh joy. Okay. Just like, thanks.
All right.
Yeah.
You're closing the book. Final answer.
Right.
Okay. So you do that.
I'm going
the
to
next
jail.
day, pretty much.
Oh, no.
You lost. You lost. The very next day, you end up going online or you search the TV, and it's like headline news: George Clooney's wife raped. A video proof, and they have video proof of you, and they got all your information and all that.
Like,
and
I knew it.
Yeah. The next moment you hear the fucking cops banging on your door like, "Hey, hentai, we know you're in there. Come out with your cock up," and they get you.
So what was the right answer?
Supposed to throw the beans at him. Remember, it was pop open. What you're supposed to do is just like there were multiple answers. Like there was a million answers you could have done. You could have just said, "No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna have sex. I'm just gonna," or "No, I'm gonna." Oh, whoops! I opened this can of beans. Like spill it all over George Clooney's camera and damage it, or like you throw one can at like the glass and break the glass. Throw the other can at the security guards who try and get you or something. Yeah, you had options. You know.
I mean, I was being realistic. If I threw that can, it would probably just bounce off the window, and then the guards would kill me, or just beat me up. This is honestly a lose-lose situation for me. I knew it. I knew it was going down.
Hey, at least you got some celebrity puss while you did it, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Laser Rock, what do you think of the story? I hope the people in chat, I don't know how many people are actually watching this right now, but I hope those guys enjoyed themselves with that story. You liked it. I could get some more. I figure something out. But that was pretty interesting. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Let's see. Okay, next topic is crazy fan stories.
Crazy fan stories.
Like, I know you gotta have some.
Like
you gotta have
people that have talked to me that are fans that are crazy?
Yeah, like just some things that might have happened over your years of animating. Maybe somebody emailed you or something happened. Because I know I've got plenty of those. I don't know if like any crazy things happened to you.
I mean, I don't really have that many. The thing I mostly get is people will send me an email. They're like really excited and they want to commission something, but then usually just as soon as they find out how much that's actually going to cost, they just disappear.
Yeah, that's always the case.
That's pretty much really all I have for stories. I can't think of anything like weird. I got like a bunch. Sometimes I got people on Tumblr that it's like, "Hey, you want to chat? I'm lonely." And I got pics, and I'm like, "No."
Is that the Tumblr stuff?
Yeah, I get that on Tumblr occasionally. Not so much recently. It's been a while.
Yeah, I think they fixed that. I think because I remember getting something like that too.
There's actually it was like, "Do you want to chat on this insert chat program that's used for like nudes all the time?" And I had no idea what it was because I'm just clueless.
Oh, did you click it?
Oh yeah, I clicked on whatever the thing was that sent me and told me what it was, but it didn't actually go anywhere beyond that. And I was just like, I'm more clueless than you apparently realize, whoever you are. It was pretty funny at the time.
Okay, so that's... Well,
yeah, I don't really think I have many crazy fan story type things.
Okay, well, I got something then. This happened almost not that long ago. I don't know how the language barrier is. Are there certain words we can't say?
No, not really.
Because I mean, we're drawing porn, so I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
All right. Again, I'm not saying this to be rude, but they say nigger, and it's like basically this guy. He's like, "Hey, you're on Tumblr right now. Message me." I was like, "Okay, hey, what's up? Hey." He's like, "I need you to follow me." I'm like, "I don't even know who you are." And then immediately he's like, "Oh, you're just a sad nigger," and then he just leaves and blocks me. I'm like, "Well, what was that all about?"
That's weird.
Another time is like these. What was it? Somebody on Patreon leaked some of my exclusive drawings to Rule 34.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't much. It wasn't that big of a deal, but I had to get him down. And basically, I will say the Rule 34 reporting system sucks. It is terrible. I fucking report it. It takes like a week. I have to email them directly to tell them this is going on. It's shit. And it's almost like the admins on Rule 34, they don't care. They want it there. You know, secretly, they want all that depraved shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, I saw that one of my Patreon drawings was over there. I had to report it. And I was like, okay, hey, this picture is, it's not supposed to be here. It's one of my, like, I was talking as me, Slappyfrog. I've talked to these people before, all that stuff. And like 2-3 days later, I see one of the people replied underneath the report, being like, "Prove it, faggot." What the fuck? It's me. I'm Slappyfrog. This is my official account. You can verify all the drawings in my thing. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, we don't care. I had to like I said, I had to email them directly because the report system was shit. Eventually, it got taken down, but I'll tell you, man, these people, man, they and what's going on right now? The Simpsons tab over on Rule 34, man, it looks nasty as fuck. It is. People need to clean their shit up over there, because this isn't even my opinion. This is not my opinion. This is other people are having the same thing going on. I can't remember his name. Lilacs, something like that. And you guys can search it up on Rule 34 right now. This guy is spamming some of the most shittiest Crayola style edits. And it looks so shitty and stolen, and he's getting away with it. He's posting all these terrible pictures that'll clip. Like I even tried again. I tried to report him. Because one of them he stole from my pictures. He stole from one of my drawings.
Yeah.
I could tell it was the Lois Cleveland picture. I didn't technically draw it, but I colored it in, and that's what that's the version that he took. And I reported it, and that was like a week ago, and it's still there, along with all the other pieces of shit drawings that this guy has over there. I mean, I don't know what to fucking do. And I look at the comments of what's going on at Rule 34 under these pictures, and everybody's like, "This guy's terrible. Why is he posting shit? Please stop posting this terrible crap." It's like you can't do anything unless you actually like contact those people yourself. That's something I had to learn myself, because there was a time years ago when I actually tried to clean up the Simpsons tab. I went from page to page, and there was like 100 pages, from page to page, looking up and down from every terrible shitty edit and reporting it, and I got a nice chunk of them gone. It was pretty cool. I even got a couple of people like on a no post list.
Yeah.
I can't do anything because I'm too busy. I'm too busy to run around trying to ban these people. So to anybody who watches this or listens to this, and you want to clean the Simpsons tab or any tab over on Rule 34, you're gonna have to like contact them, because I can't. That's the only way you can get it clean. Yeah, sorry, that was just my little rant on the subject. I don't know how often you go to Rule 34.
Usually only when I'm looking.
Every day. You go every day, don't you?
Just whenever I'm looking for something, usually something that I've seen before and I'm trying to find it again, which is also like impossible.
I mean, there were like a lot of new like alternatives to Rule 34. Rule 34 hentai, whatever.
Well,
that one seems really good.
It is, but I get a ridiculous amount of pop-up ads when I go there.
Oh yeah, you got to use the pop-up blocker.
Yeah, I do too, but sometimes the pop-up blocker starts just taking up all my RAM on my computer, which is annoying.
How much RAM do you have?
Not as much as I want, which is, I think I have 12 gigabytes. It doesn't take up all my RAM, but all my other programs also take up all my RAM.
Okay, yeah, that's not good. You can't have 12.
Yeah.
Like I refuse when
I have 24. Never mind.
The fuck? Never mind. That's the complete opposite. You have way more than me now.
Well, it's just After Effects takes up like all the RAM. After Effects is not kind to people who have less than 32 gigabytes of RAM.
Yeah, and what sucks is that the market for RAM is still fucking like $300 for a fucking upgrade. It's so annoying. I wanted to get that myself because I don't know. There have been one occasion where I'm using what was it? I was using Design Doll for the Dragon Ball Z thing, and it crashed on me, and I was like, "This is a brand new laptop. Fucking got it this year, fresh out the box. What the fuck is it doing crashing on me?"
Yeah.
And yes, the fucking RAM, 16 gigabytes apparently isn't enough when you have Photoshop, Clip Paint Studio, Design Doll, internet playing music, all that shit going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that shit's ever gonna get fixed? Like the prices for RAM?
Oh no, probably not. Because it's the thing is like once that goes down, there'll be some newer RAM that's back up at that price.
I mean, I'm totally okay with getting whatever the previous model is.
Well, it depends, because like I want the newer RAM, like the DDR4 RAM, which is like.
Oh, well, yeah, that's what I didn't mean that. I meant like kind of like graphics card, for example. The RTXs came out, and everybody's like talking about that, but I don't give a fuck. I'd rather try and get a 1080. If the RTX brings the 1080 down, then great. That's makes me happy.
Well, it's like, because part of it's
So
like, my current desktop can only take DDR3 RAM, so I can't use DDR4, which is why I need to upgrade my motherboard so I can use that.
You need to just scrap the whole thing and just get a new computer.
Well,
that's what I do.
I mean, I got like custom parts and stuff, so I can upgrade them as I get the pieces. It's just I gotta get the pieces. And I need a better processor because I need more speed, and it never ends.
The computer's like, what's been going on with you in a video game?
Well, the only thing I played recently was Vermintide 2.
Have you checked out the DLC?
I have not. I still need to kind of beat the main campaign.
What the fuck?
I know.
You seriously?
I'm slow. I'm very slow. I don't get a lot of I don't get a lot of gameplay time.
No, man. Like, I have time. Like, you see me cranking out these drawings. I have all this stuff, but I had time to do that. Oh my goodness. Like, I'm not trying to put you down. I'm sure you way busier than me, that's for sure. But I mean, it's like enough time has passed because you've had it longer than me.
I have.
Like,
yep.
Surely you've had time to do that,
Unfortunately not.
Damn.
But I did, like, I actually just went like a good portion where I wasn't playing very much of it, and I just started getting back into it. Although...
Please tell me your guy's at least level 30. Oh my gosh.
I gotta level him up.
I'm over here kicking ass with Zealot, and level 30, Lazy Rock says the DLC was pretty bad. In a way it was bad because it was free. They get, like, the only thing you're paying for is cosmetics, which is in a random fucking loot box. So it's like you paid $10 for a chance of cosmetics that you want. And that does suck. That's pretty stupid. And they said there was like a glitch where you can't even get it for the costume that for your character. So like for the player you have, so I'm on my Zealot. Yeah, Zealot. I'm on my Zealot hoping to get some cool kick-ass cosmetics. I get it, and it's for fucking Sienna. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm never gonna play her. And I was just like, this sucks, man. So yeah, I haven't played it in a while because I'm waiting for that patch to come in where they fix the boxes, if they ever do.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, yeah, I still have that pretty good sketch of.
Yeah, you should finish that one up.
Yeah, I should. I think I need to just like scrap it and redraw it Still same pose, but just make it a little different. Because nobody has drawn Sienna. I don't know why. It's always
the elf.
Yeah. I'm like, come on, give her some love.
Yeah. Lazy Rock. Yeah, we might actually play Vermintide because it's a fun game.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't want to carry this guy. I gotta wait for him to. Gotta make some time for this guy.
Yeah. Well, I think I was reading there's a neat feature with the Vermintide, where if you stream on Twitch, there's some sort of connection where your people following you can be assholes and donate money to trigger the swarm.
What? Oh, dude, that sounds pretty cool.
I know.
I mean, I think I can do it. I'm like, bring it on, people. You guys got nothing. I know how to rock a zealot, man.
Yeah, I liked the first game. I really liked, and I like a lot of the improvements they did with Vermintide 2. So it's just fun.
I used to play Destiny 1, and I quit because it was, I don't know, I didn't like it. I didn't like the route it was going, so I quit. And the way they handled Destiny 2 at launch was like, this is, I am so glad I'm not into that anymore. Yeah, so I'm not a Destiny fan anymore.
I never got to play it.
Well, I mean, you play PC. You're a PC gamer guy.
Yeah, I am a PC gamer.
I'm still new to it, you know.
I mean, I'm the PC gamer, and I still don't play very many games.
I mean, lately, from what I've seen off Steam, there just aren't that many good choices. I don't see any games that they just finds interesting.
Well, I really want to play We Happy Few. I just haven't gotten. I don't have any time to right now, so.
That sounds familiar. I don't know what that is.
It's alternative like 1960s England where they're in like this dystopia where they all take this drug that just makes them happy regardless, and the main character.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking.
And they're all wearing masks, and it's creepy looking and stuff, and that's one I kind of want to play because I think it's kind of cool looking, and I like how a lot of the visuals look, but still, like, I have a long way from having any time to kind of play that, unfortunately.
I don't know. I mean, like this kind of happened just this year, like this year, where I kind of just haven't had time to play video games. I used to play Gears of War 4 every damn day. I would make time to play that game. I fucking loved it. I love the Gears of War series ever since number 1. Like that was my jam. But ever since the E3 thing where they made Kate the main character, it's like, you bastards are trying to turn my fucking man game into this feminist shit. I kind of lost interest now. And yeah, like, I just haven't had a lot of time to play video games, just like you. Mm-hmm. Though my reasons are a little different. Mine's just because I want to draw even more. Because it's been a long time since we've released a video.
I know. Way too long.
The fans need it.
They do.
Gotta give them that fix.
They do need it.
I was reading the chat.
I've heard that it was also buggy, but I did see that they've been pumping out a lot of updates that supposedly fixing all the bugs. Depends. I mean, because I'm not a big game player, so I don't know if I look for the same things a lot of people do. So I don't know. It's still something I feel like I want to play just because I like the look of it and some other stuff. And I liked the last game they did, which was called Contrast, which I thought had really neat game mechanics. Even though I think the story kind of fell flat near the end, but it was pretty interesting.
I just heard about it. I was never really interested in it. A lot of games don't really interest me anymore.
Yeah, although I gotta say some of the stuff I've seen of the new Doom looks really cool.
I was thinking of Doom, but I was like, maybe not. Because I basically nowadays I base the game on how much time am I gonna waste playing it.
Yeah, no.
Like, if I think I'm gonna waste too much time, fuck it. I don't want to take the chance.
That's pretty much the same with me. There's a lot of so much time.
Like, I wish I could pronounce your name. Kami no Uni. Is that right? In the chat?
I just call him Kami. It's much quicker.
Yeah, Kami. Okay, that's good. But yeah, you're really pushing me to do that Destiny 2 thing. My brother plays Destiny 2. It's like, this guy was my brother, man. I love that guy. I don't know if I want to get too personal with it, because I don't know, but let's just say he threw everything away, and it really broke my heart to see how he had everything, had all this money and greatness and literally threw it all away to become a Twitch streamer. I don't know. I guess that's another thing. Like, playing video games just leaves me a bad taste in my mouth too about that. Battlefield 5, yeah, Battlefield 5. What do you think about Battlefield 5, AE?
I have no idea. People don't really realize how much I don't know about games. Like I said, Vermintide 2 is the most recent game I've played, and the most recent game I played before that was Vermintide 1. So...
Really?
And then the most recent game before that, I think, was like Portal 2. So...
Damn.
Yeah, like I said, I don't get a lot. Mostly what I like in video games is story. I'm a big story person for video games. So, like, I really like Portal, I really like Mass Effect. I didn't really like Mass Effect 3, but, you know, whatever. And so, it just winds up... I like the long story-involved games, which just winds up sucking away so much time. The thing I really like about Vermintide, though, is that it's just short. You play it in, like, these short 15, 20-minute runs, and then that's all the time.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing with any shooter game. You know, you just hop in, get into a match.
That's it. Well, like, I mean, it depends. Like, yeah, if there's like the match type games, but like a lot of the shooter games that I've played were again big story type ones. I tried Overwatch, which I like, and it's kind of fun, but I don't know why it just doesn't grab me the same way other games do. So I guess I lied. I did try Overwatch once, but I only played...
Hey, I see Minecraft on your thing, on your desktop.
Well, how do you see Minecraft?
I see it every now and again when you pull up your desktop.
Oh, yeah. It's on my desktop. I don't think I've opened it in forever, though. I used to play a lot of Minecraft, and then now I just watch people play Minecraft on YouTube because they're more creative than I am.
Yeah, that was one of those games that everybody was telling me, like, hey, well, yeah, they say my name, but it's like, you should try Minecraft. You're an artist. You should try Minecraft. I'm like, I don't want to play it. It looks gay.
I liked Minecraft. I still like it. It's just it's one of those games that I know sucks away too much time for me. But also what I actually wound up liking a little more was I was making mods for it for a little bit. And because I like programming and making that sort of thing. So I made some really neat mods a while back, but again, it just much time that I would have rather commit to other things.
Yeah, Lazy Rock, he wanted to mention Battlefield 5. And yeah, I want to say I've never played Battlefield 5 before, but I most definitely don't intend on even giving it a try after the stuff they've done with Battlefield 5. Like, these guys, like, the EA, man. Surely you've heard about the bad stuff with EA.
I've heard stuff like here and there. The biggest thing that, personally, I don't like was I really did not like where the story went in Mass Effect 3. And heard what the original story was planned, which made sense and tied the whole series together. And then I guess when EA jumped in there, the original writer that was working on Mass Effect left for whatever reason. And so someone else took over from EA, and it just kind of gave it a real lame storyline that made me very sad. So it's just yeah.
Well, EA has been like notorious for like being a shitty piece of shit company that does not care about anything that is nice and business friendly. And recently with this Battlefield 5 thing, they pretty much, because Battlefield 5 seems to be notorious for being accurate to the history. And this year they changed it up because they want to cater to the Fortnite players. And so they fucked it up with like putting like these women with bionic arms and face paint and pink hair and all this stupid shit. And everybody's like, what the fuck? This is not Battlefield. And EA was like, fuck you. We're going to do it. And you don't get to say anything about it. And so like just really throwing their dick in everybody's face. And so the sales on Battlefield 5 is like so shitty now. And they're over here like backtracking, like, oh, we're sorry, we didn't mean to do all that. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Topic on that. Let's see, what other stuff I got? Well, your boy says Black Ops 4. I have never played any first-person shooter game outside of Halo and Gears of War. Those are the only two. That's what about you, AE? Have you ever played any shooter games?
Shooter games that I've played. I mean, Mass Effect's sort of a shooter, and I played the original Doom. I can't really think of anything. Actually, I can open up my Steam and see what games I own, because that would be the list of anything I've played, and a lot of stuff I own and just haven't played. Half-Life 2. I enjoyed Half-Life 2. Dishonored is kind of like a shooter, but not really. Oh, I did play Prey for a little bit recently, which I like. I like shooters that tend to have cool guns that aren't necessarily just like bullets, but like shoot other stuff like glue or
All the
or
Ratchet and Clank kind of shit.
yeah, I like that kind of shooters. I really wanted to play Singularity, which had a time gun, but I've never actually played it.
Yeah, I think I heard about something like that.
Yeah, it was cool. Super Hot is a pretty fun shooter.
Oh yeah, that does look like fun. I don't have a VR thing though.
You don't need a VR one for it, but it's wicked cool.
I don't. You lose so much fun without VR.
Well, I can't play VR first-person shooters because I will.
Oh yeah, Cammy over here wants to be a little smart ass. Say, oh yeah, but you said Destiny 1. Yes, I forgot. I mean, my time playing Destiny 1 was not that long. Especially what pissed me off about Destiny 1 was they had the pay $40 extra and you get the season pass. And so I did that. But then they came out with another season pass later on. And I was like, that is not fair. You're fucking making me pay over $100 when I already paid something that was supposed to be given to me for free. So I got pissed off at all that. And I was like, no, I'm not going to deal with this anymore.
Yeah.
So sorry about that. It's just video game companies nowadays. They want to get away with doing so many fucked up things nowadays. Like I'm sure you might have heard about the loot box stuff going on in other countries where they're trying to make it illegal.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit about that, but I'd not too much though.
I keep reading chat. Okay, yeah, I guess I played Fortnite for like a day. I'm guessing you haven't done that, have you, AE?
No, I looked at it. I don't know. I'm not a real big multiplayer game for most things, so
games like Battle Royale, I don't think it's a fad because it's a whole new style. It's a whole new genre. I don't think it's gonna go away, but I just think people just aren't going to give a shit about it as much. Like Fortnite, if the numbers start slipping on Fortnite, they're just going to come out with Fortnite 2 and just fix it like that. But yeah, I'm not really a fan of those kind of games either.
Like I don't know. I never got into World of Warcraft or any of the other.
Oh yeah, I refuse to play that game. I absolutely refuse to play it because I remember I watched some mini documentary years ago showing the addiction to World of Warcraft. And how like there was this guy who had like 6 monitors and 9 WoW accounts, and he was like, "Yeah, I do this all day, every day." It was just scary to me. It's creepy, man. I refuse to play things like that. In fact, a lot of MMORPG games kind of have that addictive nature that I didn't even realize because there was a time where I played this game called City of Heroes or City of Villains.
That sounds familiar to me.
Yeah, I love that game. I was addicted to it straight up. And then the game just shut down, like the servers got closed and all that. It took me like a few months to realize what was going on. Like I suddenly had so many hours in a day now, and I was like, what the fuck do I do now? And I started getting back into drawing, and I think pretty shortly I found out about this stuff right here, and I started doing this. And so I think it's dangerous to play MMO games nowadays because what was it? Neverwinter. I don't know if you know that game.
I know it. I do know Neverwinter. Yes, I've never played it. I played the prequel, not the prequels, but the games that it started out as, which was just like a regular single-player RPG that I actually really liked. And then they decided that they wanted to make it into an MMO.
Yeah. I gave that a try, and I didn't even realize it, but pretty soon I was hooked. It pisses me off to this day. I spent over $1,000 total in that fucking game, and I still sucked. And it wasn't because like I was this bad. It was because people were putting even more money than me, and they was just better. It really was pay to win, 100%. And so you put $1,000 in, you get all this cool shit, and you still get your ass beat because somebody put $2,000 in, and they're making fun of you. They're calling you stupid and all this stuff, and it pisses you off. I just like, no, I'm done. If $1,000 isn't gonna do it, then I'm not playing your game. And I regret it. I most definitely regret it. So to this day, I try to never play any MMO games ever again, because it's just I have a addictive nature to that, and it's creepy. Yeah, how's the audio, by the way? Like, I've been talking a lot, and
it's
the
fine.
clicking sound still...
It's still there, but it's not really noticeable. It's only...
Okay, good.
You really only notice it if you're looking for it.
Like I said, I'm sure next time we do this, I'll fix it, figure it out. Let's see, what's the chat have to say? Yeah, 2018 was a pretty dry year. I don't know, maybe because this year, I can admit, like, yeah, I kind of been sober of video games this year. So I don't know, maybe it's just the fact that video games just nowadays suck. They're just not so interesting anymore. I don't know. But I mean, I think it's a good thing. I'm telling you, I love being able to just take things out of my life that I didn't need and use that time to focus on something more important. Like, this is something I did. This was kind of like an odd experiment that I did. And I went 2 months. I did not masturbate at all. And I was so amazed. At the time, I was like, oh, wow, I have 2 more hours of something. What the world am I going to do? Like, I don't know. Like, I just keep drawing, and it's fun to do that. It's like, it's amazing masturbation. It's because there's a lot. I remember I watched a video where they talk about, like, oh, if you quit masturbating, you're going to suddenly clear your mind. You're going to stop getting brain fog, feel better, all this amazing benefits if you quit masturbating, you know? And I find that all to be bullshit. Literally, I didn't feel any different from day 1 to day 60. Zero difference. They were saying, like, oh yeah, you're going to suddenly remember things that you forgot you remembered. And I was like, no, I still forget stuff the same amount as anything else. The only difference you get is you have more free time to do something else. Like, say you're busy and you got like a test, an exam you need to study on or something like that. Just take masturbation out of your system and boom, there you go. I would most definitely encourage people, even though I'm in this art field, I encourage people, don't masturbate. Like, if you got something that you got to do, then quit masturbating, you know? Because it works. Not how you feel, but just time. That's what I like about that. Don't lie to me. I'm pretty sure you make time to do a little bit yourself.
Not wrong.
You make time.
Not wrong.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what we got. We're talking about all this stuff. Let's see. Speaking of masturbation, can you name me? Let's go with waifus first. Top 5 waifus. You already saw the video. I already made mine. What about you?
Ooh, is a tough one for me, because I don't know. There's the one that sticks out is just because when I was like 14 is when I first started watching Evangelion, which is my favorite show ever in anything. And so it's the Rei Ayanami from that is my top one. But then it gets confusing and I have to figure out what else.
Wait, who did you say? What's the name?
Rei Ayanami from Evangelion.
Is that the blue-haired one, or
the blue-haired one? Yes.
I see a lot of her more than the other ones. That's for sure.
It's because she's the better one, so you know.
I've never watched the show, so I mean,
the fandom is pretty split between the two of them.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, I most definitely have seen a lot of comics with her in it. I know you've seen those ones from that guy. That Japanese artist. He draws her like extremely thick.
Which one? There's enough that.
He's made a ton of comics with her in it. Like, there's one where she's in like a school dress, red panties kind of thing.
Moguden?
That sounds like that could be him. That sounds like
he's one of the more famous for doing her.
Oh yeah, he knows what he's doing. That's for like, I want to try and experiment someday and try and draw like him. I don't know if it's possible with all the detail he does, but I definitely want to give it a try.
Mm.
What number was that? Number 1 or number 5?
Oh, that was number 1.
Okay, you're supposed to go backwards, man.
Well,
You're supposed to build up the hype.
well, that's the hard bit, is that is really the only like main one for me, and it was just probably because it was just that was the first thing I really watched when I was 14, and so that just it's stuck with me this long. But picking others it makes it much more difficult.
I know you got some. Don't lie.
Well, I mean, there's a whole lot where yeah, I like them, but I don't know where I put them on my ranking. You know what I mean?
What about the Steven Universe?
I do like Steven Universe, and well, I mean, of those, I would probably pick Pearl, but it's not really. I wouldn't really say that the characters are on the top of my list. I don't know. I'm a man of few and refined taste.
Okay, you're like a single man kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone else but
I just want
the blue-haired one. I forget her name.
the one. I'm sure there are others. It's just that's just come to me real quick. It's always Evangelion, and it's mostly just because it's my favorite show. I mean, I really like original animated April from Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. That reminds. It's gotta be. I'm guessing, but it's gotta be that Mass Effect chick, the alien, the purple alien.
Oh,
Tali.
Tali. Yeah. I like Tali's pretty good too. Yeah, she'd definitely be up there on the list.
Because I remember when we were doing Epic Crossover, you were like, "Hey, can you add in an extra scene?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, I'll do it."
Yeah, Tali.
That was pretty funny.
Definitely one of them. I'd say another one is from actually the Neverwinter Nights 2. There's not a lot of art of her anywhere, which is annoying.
Yeah, I have no idea who that
is. Nishka from Neverwinter Nights 2, which actually made me.
You gotta describe her.
She's like a tiefling, like half demon girl, like thief, chaotic thief person. And it made me so mad because she was originally planned as one of the romances for the game, along with this stupid elf girl that was dumb.
What is this, like a dating game?
No. It was just like in most of the BioWare games, it's like a full-on adventure, but if you do the loyalty quests with a character, you get some of the romance path with them and can end up with them at the end. But it's primarily a adventure. Anyways, they had a whole romance path planned in for her because she was supposed to be one of the two potential people that your character could end up with. And then before they finished the game, they were like, "Nah, let's not actually finish that." But they left everything leading up to it in the game.
Oh wow!
So I was just like, it made me so mad every time. Like there's even like bits where she got real mad at you spending time with the other romance character.
Wow.
And so it's just meh. But it's I really like her. She would be one of them, I would say.
To this question right here, Lazy Rock wants to know any recent TV shows, or just shows, whatever.
Any recent shows? Yes, I have really been enjoying the new. My brain is not working. A lot of the new stuff Netflix has been doing recently, I've enjoyed. Like I really like the series of Unfortunate Events, Stranger Things. I really like Lucifer, the TV show Lucifer, and I was so glad to hear that Netflix picked it up after it was canceled because I want more of that. That's probably my most recent shows, I would say.
Oh, I know exactly what my recent show is. I didn't even know about it came on. Venture Brothers, new season.
Oh,
I was like, oh fuck.
I am so far behind. I'm still at whatever the last season was.
Wow.
Not 5. I'm still in 5. Oh.
Damn. I made sure to watch that when I found out. Like, I was like, fuck, I gotta get this drawing done, but Venture Brothers, fuck. I was like, I'm gonna have to dedicate 2 hours to this, so I had to grind those episodes. Oh my gosh, I've forgotten how fucking amazing the storyline of that show is. Like, they really cranked up the drama in that series, in the season. It's like I think it may just replace American Dad as my #1 spot of favorite TV shows. But that's pretty much the only show I know. And all the shows you mentioned, I think I seen a commercial to Lucifer.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I tend to just stay away from TV shows nowadays.
Yeah, I don't actually watch too much. Like I'm real behind on Lucifer. Recently been just binge watching in the background Stargate from the beginning. just because I wanted to see that, and it's something I can put on while I'm working on stuff and just have it going in the background, which has been enjoyable. I'm almost done with it.
I mean, I try to do that only with things that I don't need to see, like commentary and political stuff. Like I watch news when I draw. You know, it's I don't know what to say on that one.
Lazy Rock, are you
it's
talking
definitely
about Disenchanted?
Oh yeah, Disenchanted.
It was made by the people who did Futurama, and I've only seen the first 2 episodes of it, and I'm gonna say it didn't grab me, but I'm gonna give it a chance and just kind of go through the whole thing and see if it improves. It definitely had some real funny bits, but I do kind of feel like it was falling a little bit short.
I don't have Netflix.
That would definitely cut down on your ability to watch all the new stuff.
I'm just not into it. Like I said, I quit watching TV nowadays. Any sort of entertainment I watch is, like I said, just some sort of commentary things on YouTube, or if, like, say, the Venture Brothers or something like that. I'll watch it, but I'll watch it on the computer legally. Something. So that's what I do. Let's see what else. Okay, so your waifus.
So let's just go with we got Ray, we got April, we got Tali, we got Nishka.
Ray?
And
wait, did you say Ray?
Ray Ayanami, yeah. She's the blue-haired one.
Who's that? Is that the
It's
okay?
the blue-haired one, yeah.
Thought it was a Star Wars chick.
No.
God damn. I drew her, and I do plan on finishing that sketch someday.
Man, I got a lot of stuff to say about Star Wars, but...
Right, that's what I'm talking about. Let's hear it. Spill them beans.
So, like, a lot of stuff that other people have been caring about, I don't really care about. Like, certain things with certain characters being in there more and less. I don't really care. Like, I can enjoy most things. What I can't stand with the new Star Wars stuff is that stuff just doesn't make any sense with the universe. And, like the first new one, Force Awakens, right? I mean, on first watching, I kind of enjoyed it, but the moment Starkiller Base fired its laser, and then I was like, oh, this is terrifying. It's like a Death Star that can hit you from anywhere in the galaxy. But then the laser split into 5, and then hit all 5 planets, and I was like, that is not how you could even do a laser. I just couldn't handle that. And there's just...
Are you mad because of the inaccuracies of laws and physics?
I'm a little bit mad at the inaccuracy. It's the thing is that I just feel like it went... Like, they had, like, a great terrifying thing going, and then just tried to push it further, and they just pushed it too far. And then I didn't really like The Last Jedi at all. So...
Yeah, they fucked Mark Hamill.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like, I enjoyed Rogue One. I even enjoyed Han Solo, which I guess a lot of people didn't, but I thought it was pretty fun. I don't know. And actually, I do know why I don't, because I really like, as I said before, I like story, I like continuity in the things I watch and play. And the thing that I learned about with Star Wars is that they have no plan for where the trilogy is going. They just made the first movie and then were like, alright, now let's figure out what happens. Like, they didn't have a plan of what the story was. They just planned out what happened in the first movie and then handed off the thing to another director.
Yeah, they just don't care. They just like, oh, the Star Wars fans are so stupid, they'll eat it up anyway.
I just watched I read an article today where the Disney CEO was like, well, we're probably gonna cut back on the pace of Star Wars because it's, we think we've just been doing too much and it's oversaturated. And I'm like, it's not oversaturated, you were just doing a bad job.
Exactly, I was thinking the same thing.
It's like,
I refuse to watch that Han Solo one.
Han Solo's not bad. It could be better, but I think it's definitely better than Last Jedi. But I mean, it's not what I really wanted from it, but it was better. Lazy Rock, Mark Hamill doesn't have any other popular movie roles other than playing as Skywalker. No, he mostly doesn't do a lot of live action stuff. He does a lot of voice work is his big thing. Most notably, he's been the Joker for years now in almost everything Batman. He just, I think, recently retired from that.
It's hard for me to hate on Mark Hamill.
Oh, he's a cool dude.
Yeah. Because, like, He was even saying that the Last Jedi movie sucked, that he didn't like it, but then like Disney was like getting on him, being like, no, you gotta shut your fucking mouth. And so Mark Hamill was just like, oh, okay, never mind, I changed my mind, it's a great movie.
No, like the thing like I got from him is he was talking with the director and he was like, I disagree with about every single choice you've made for this character, but that said, I'm an actor and I'm gonna do my job.
Yeah.
But, man, and like there's like my brother came up with a twist that would have made the movie amazing. Like even as you could have left everything as it was and changed this one thing, and it would have made it all really, really, really good. But basically, you know how it ends, and it was like, oh, he was just force projecting the whole time, and he wasn't actually there, and then he dies, or whatever. My brother was like, so what if it happened exactly the same way, except he wasn't force projecting, he was just a force ghost the whole time? Even the whole time he was with Rey on the planet, it was all a ghost, and it was all him just acting.
Yeah, that could make sense.
It was just like Luke Skywalker pretending to be like crazy Yoda.
Yeah.
And I was like, that would have made it awesome if the whole time it was just Luke's Force ghost.
There were like a ton of different theories and speculations and fanfics to what could have happened. All of them way better. Like
oh yeah,
film theory.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you watched the video where they gave a theory as to what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And their speculation was like, I already forgot what it was, but I know I was fucking wicked hype when he made that theory, because I was like, dude, if what he's saying is true, this is gonna be the best fucking movie ever. Something about like Rey was related to somebody. I think they were gonna be sisters, Rey and Kylo Ren, something like that. He made all this scientific shit about all like this and that. Fucking what's the name? What's the director's name?
Which director?
Roundhead Johnson. Roundhead Johnson. That's what they call him. The motherfucker just they're not kidding when they call him the Grim Reaper of Star Wars.
Well, we'll see. I'm thinking J.J. Abrams is getting to do the third movie. Like, I didn't really like the first one, but I liked it way better than I did The Last Jedi. And J.J. Abrams is, kind of notorious for putting in weird plot twists and stuff. So I'm cautiously optimistic that it might make me like it a little bit more. But we'll see.
I'll probably end up watching it, but it's probably not going to be in theaters.
Oh, I go and see everything in theaters just because that's how I do it, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, I did see Infinity War, and I don't want to spoil anything.
Wait. Lazy Rock. I want to see about Lazy Rock. Something about Teen Titans. Are you excited about the upcoming final season of Teen Titans? Are you talking about Teen Titans Go?
No, he's talking about the original Teen Titans.
What, are they bringing it back?
Yeah, they are.
Really?
Yep.
Wait, are you talking about in that like trailer that they did in the movies? Yep. Or did they actually make an announcement?
No, that trailer from the movies is that is the announcement. They're bringing back it for at least one more season. Maybe Lazy Rock knows.
Well, talk about timing. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect to me. Okay, we can go ahead and go to the next one, Infinity Wars.
Yeah, I did see Avengers Infinity War, and I don't want to spoil it if people haven't seen it yet, but
who hasn't seen it? It's like everybody's seen it.
See, like, on one hand, I think it could have been the best Avengers movie ever, but I feel like they didn't commit to certain things. Like, I enjoyed the ending mostly because I forgot there was going to be a sequel. So, I thought that's just how it ended. He won.
No, I liked it.
Well, I didn't say I didn't like it, but I do feel like, and this was like the worry I'd always had since they started the Avengers movies, that there are so many characters that you get so many points of view that it's kind of jumping around so much. I feel like it could have been even better if the movie had been told from Thanos' point of view the whole time, as opposed to just skipping around to the heroes. But like, if it's from Thanos' point of view and like all the heroes are popping up to stop him from doing what he thinks is the right thing type deal, I think would have been a really, really cool way to do that.
The only criticism to that movie is I don't like what they did to Black Widow's hair.
Yeah, no, I didn't like that either.
That was so dumb. Like, the fuck was this blonde shit? I mean, that's it. Everything else seemed pretty fine to me. I liked it. I got no problems.
Spider-Man made me so sad.
Because I definitely didn't have any emotion when the death scene happened. I was like, "Yep, it's happening." Yep.
So still, the thing I like is that I'd forgotten that there was going to be another movie and just thought that's how the movie ended and was just like, what? He won?
Well, yeah, exactly. That's another thing. I guess I could say this is that I thought more people were going to die. That's what I thought. And yeah, I was kind of disappointed to see how Tony Stark and Captain America and all the, it seemed almost like the main people, the big people stayed, and all the semi-little guys kind of died off.
Yeah. Although, did you see Ant-Man?
I only saw the first one, not the second one.
The second one in the, well, I guess I don't want to say it, but...
No, you can't. I don't give a fuck about spoilers.
The post-credit scene is basically Ant-Man's... Oh, well, I don't want to... Oh, Lazy Rock might not have seen, so maybe I won't say it.
Lazy Rock, don't ruin this for me, man. Don't ruin this for me, Lazy Rock. Cover your ears or something.
Anyways, basically, Ant-Man and the Wasp takes place before Infinity War, and so you get the ending scene happening there in the post-credit scene, and it's a little terrifying the way it happens. Me being all cryptic.
Like something to look forward to another movie or something?
Well, no, it's just like it's just kind of, it shows how it happens when everyone starts dissolving, but for the characters in Ant-Man, and just it happens at a very inconvenient time.
You're not gonna tell me what that is?
No, apparently not. Not with Lazy Rock not having seen it. Spoilers are a thing I do not like to inflict upon someone accidentally.
I think I'm the opposite, where I actually don't want to watch a movie until after I've heard what the reviews and the spoilers everything is. Be like, okay, this is interesting. I want to see it now.
Lazy Rock, you saw Infinity War, but you didn't see Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is the bit I'm talking about.
Dude, I'm pretty excited about this Teen Titans thing. Like, that is like, oh my goodness. Oh fuck. Pulling kind of a chub now because of it. You hear that, AE? Got a time limit.
I see that.
There's a time limit. Oh yeah, the live action Teen Titans. What do you think of that?
Yeah, that's what I think of that. I mean, I will give it a shot. Nope. I will watch at least a couple of episodes. I give everything a shot because sometimes I could be wrong. I don't know, but
no.
My initial impression is that I'm not going to be wrong.
Yeah, obviously there's no way it's gonna be good based off that trailer. It's not like unless they pulled off like a Deadpool where half the stuff in the trailer isn't in the actual movie. Like that's the only way I can see that show actually being good. I posted that picture on my Tumblr, like where they why did they fuck up Starfire? That's not fair. I'm not trying to be like, it has nothing to do with race. She could have easily been played by a black chick, easily. But the same way Gamora, like Gamora's played by a black chick in Infinity Wars, but they make her green. It's like you could have made Starfire like orange or something like that. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's so hard.
Yeah, boy, are they actually making Frozen 2 next year? Because last I heard, it got put on hold because they couldn't figure out what to do.
I want to draw her.
Elsa?
Yeah, I have not. I know she's popular, and I know... Because that's what I like to do. I like to draw popular characters. People who are really going to get the views in, you know? Gotta get to that. I might make her one of those Patreon drawings next year.
Yeah, Lazy Rock, they're not so great at their cinema. You know, just go ask Superman's face.
Yeah, Superman, he quit. Henry Cavill.
Actually, I heard he didn't actually quit. They're not working on anything at the moment.
I'm gonna call that fake news. Because from what I've heard is that they said that he wants more money, and they were like, no, we're not gonna give you more money. So he was like,
yeah, I heard that was just for him appearing in Shazam, which actually I think the trailer for that looks pretty funny, even if I think the suit looks weird.
Yeah, I didn't think they'd ever actually do that. A bodysuit that doesn't fit the body, like it looks so obvious. Like they could have done a better job with CGI, or at least get the guy to play him to hit the gym. This bodysuit just looks.
It looks so.
I don't know. Weird. It looks like a skit. Like some sort of skit you'd find on like Mad TV or Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for that too. Shazam looks interesting. Maybe Aquaman.
Yep, maybe. We'll see. I'm not real sure, but like I said, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
January 5th, 2019. That's when Frozen 2 in November, apparently. Alright, we will see.
Oh, fuck. Got me thinking about Teen Titans, man. I'm gonna stay up late and do more drawing. Oh, okay. We need to... Can you see my screen, by the way?
I can.
How's it looking?
I see a big Slappyfrog logo right now. I assume the stream is back lagging.
Yeah, it is. It is back.
Now I see back to Zoe.
I like it. Looking very cartoony.
Mm-hmm.
Pull up another topic. We went to waifus, but what about real people? Do you have a favorite male and female porn star?
I don't know. Not really, actually. I don't know why. There's never been like just a specific person that I go to for all the videos.
Well, I mean like a preferred person. Like if you could match up any two people. I already got my choice. I actually think I have more male porn stars than females. I'm not gay.
Yeah, no, I don't think I really do. Not that I can think of anyway.
I know you've heard of Johnny Sin, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you have. Come on. He's the bald guy from Brazzers.
Well, I may know who they are, but I might not got the name to them. So.
Yeah, well, that's his name, Johnny Sin, and he's like all kinds of memes of the guy, you know. And I didn't realize it, but he has a YouTube channel.
Oh.
I was like, oh fuck, really? It's kind of interesting to hear stuff from his perspective, you know. Like he was breaking down like myths in the porn industry. Like one of the things you have to do in porn is basically you have to get tested every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's like that's damn, really? That's insane.
Well, I mean, it makes sense because one person spoils it all. Then.
Oh yeah, I think that actually happened like in like the early 2000s, where like I remember a small list of porn stars actually they contracted something by being in films.
Mm-hmm.
Naomi Russell, that was her name, I think, and I think she had to quit. She had to leave because she contracted something on film. Mm-hmm. She contracted a disease, and yeah, that sparked all kinds of controversy and shit. I think this was like back in 2003, 2004. Yeah, that was a nice list of porn stars that caught it, you know.
Ugh.
I don't know. As of late, I have not really been big on porn. It's very weird. It's like I've been doing this for so many years that I've become desensitized to it. It's like I just see this stuff and it looks good, but I'm just not, I don't know, like I have to really be more stressful, and it's kind of more like I need a cigarette break or something like that than just to do it out of anything else. That's pretty much it. I hate browsers. I don't know why. I fucking hate browsers. I think, like I said, I mentioned in my older videos how I hate how they do these shitty parodies of things to try and get your attention. Oh, it's so shitty. So bad.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be like, oh, we're going to do an X-Men parody and all that it's so garbage.
There's actually, the Star Wars parody they did was actually really good, but then they never did a sequel and I was very sad.
Only you could be like, yeah, I watch it for the plot.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was not saying that the plot was great, but they had like really, like they did good like makeup work and costumes and really good for, you know, being a parody. And then that was it, and they didn't do more. And there's a lot of other new Star Wars ones and stuff now, but they're just kind of Alex.
I don't give a fuck what the story is about.
Star Wars, whatever. But it was good.
The Alex Ross Star Wars?
No, Alex Braun, I think.
Alex
I think that's
Braun.
his name. He does like all of these parody movies. Most of them
the director.
Yeah.
The story? Who gives a fuck about a porn story?
I'm not saying it was for the story. Just production quality. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah. I do that, but only when it comes to drawings. Like when I go to like Rule 34 or any of these sites like that, I don't go there for any particular reason other than just to look at other artists, see how they're doing things, try and maybe, like if there's something that really stands out, I'll save it to a folder, and it's a test later folder. And I try to see if I can learn how to do that, because when I'm looking at these things, I'm not looking at, oh wow, that's so hot, I'm about to take my pants off. I'm looking at that like, yes, the lighting and the quality reflects off the shadows. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I've never heard of Brittany White. Sasha Grey, I've heard of Sasha Grey, but I've never watched any of her stuff. And Lazy Rock wants to know something about DBZ.
He says that he saw an ad for a DBZ parody where every male character was gender swapped to a woman, and it's called Dragon Boobs.
That's an actual video?
Apparently.
Like a real video or a fake one? Because like a cartoon, I mean.
Don't know. Lazy Rock, was that for a cartoon or for like a live action parody type thing?
Because to my knowledge, like live action. Oh, well, there you go. There's your problem.
There you go.
I absolutely hate it when they make live action X-rated parodies of things like that. It sucks so much.
I think they're hilarious. I mean, not good. They're not good. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean,
how bad it is.
If you just extract the story or the idea, I'm sure they got some good sex scenes in there.
Well, you've seen the Family Guy one, right?
Yeah, I just saw pictures and little screenshots, but God, that looks so garbage. It's like, let me be the director. I'd at least get people who look more accurate to the show. They just get anybody. They don't give a fuck about body types or the voice acting. It's like, oh yeah, you blonde, she's blonde, do it. It's lazy. I hate it.
There's a Star Trek one that these guys did. Someone, I don't know who they are or why they don't make more, but they did they got characters that looked like the characters, and they had like perfect makeup, perfect background, made them talk like the characters, and it was like real. I think they actually, for Picard, they got a guy who was a professional like Picard impersonator, and well, he wasn't actually the porn actor. They did it in a way so that you couldn't tell it wasn't him. All the camera shots were done so it looked really, it was just impressive for a porn parody.
Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt that there was definitely some like good quality videos like that. I think I remember reading somewhere how the Pirates of the Caribbean porn parody was like the most highest production video ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like they put so much money into that. I don't know. It's like, I don't doubt that, but yeah, I think they just need to scrap this stupid idea. If they have all this money, why fuck don't they put any of it into actual animation? Actually making X-rated videos, like cartoons.
That's just not a thing that the Western companies do, unfortunately. I was thinking
they need to get with the times, because I already showed that thing in my first episode how it's the second most searched thing on YouPorn.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's only getting higher. Like, as the generations of today get older, they're not like your mom and dad's kind of cartoons. Like, cartoons are way more in your face, more engaging, and hentai kind of stuff, that's the kind of stuff where you might actually watch it for the story.
Mm-hmm.
At least to me. Like I said, man, they have the money. I don't know. They just
do it.
That was actually one of the topics I was going to bring up in my future episodes of SlappyVlog was, okay, so like YouTube has this thing where you can get paid to make your videos or whatever. And I'm like, why doesn't other sites like YouPorn do that?
Mm-hmm.
You know, why can't there be a site where people can get paid to make their naughty videos, particularly people like us who animate, you know? Like, I think that would be absolutely amazing for there to be like a website that pays you to make erotic cartoons, or something like that. Like I said, I really think YouPorn would be the great place to do that. Can't tell me, oh, we don't have the money. Bullshit. You're the most popular porn site outside of any pay site. You most definitely rack in the dough.
Mm-hmm.
And ruining the future episodes by talking about this. But yeah, that was one of my topics. That and just helping animators. I guarantee you it's going to happen soon. Eventually it will. There's no fucking way.
Cool.
Give it like another generation, like 10 years, and I guarantee you something's going to happen that's going to be like, wow, this is the first time like an actual Western thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought was going to happen with Netflix, because they bypassed that FCC shit.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently they don't give a fuck. They're still going to go by FCC rules anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Patreon. I'm kind of, like I said, man, I'm kind of creeped out by Patreon because, like, for example, in the terms of service, they say we're not supposed to like make money to fund it. I mean, I don't know. Even if we didn't have a Patreon, we still would have made it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like in our videos, we put please support us on Patreon in the beginning of our videos.
Yep.
And it's like, are we breaking the rules by doing that?
I don't know.
That's what's creepy, man. I don't want to lose my Patreon. I'm serious. That shit. Oh my gosh. I really put my eggs on this basket. That's for sure. And at least for the next 3 years, I am stuck with Patreon in what I'm currently doing outside of Patreon. But like for at least 3 years, if I lose Patreon, I lose a lot. And I'm fucked. I want to play it safe. I want to try and like do things right. I mean, again, I don't know what to make of that. I best I can do is say that none of the money that I make is like directly going to fund it. If in the fact that if we don't get the money, we won't make it.
Right. Like
Epic Crossover 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think eventually we'll make it, but it's gonna be a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's a real gray area. Lazy Rock. I don't know, Lazy Rock. And it doesn't need to be scary. That's the worst part. Is none of this shit needs to actually like be on edge. This should be black and white. Yes, you're safe. Everything's gonna be fine. But again, with this fucking stigma we have with porn, even if you have porn, like you could even make the argument that drawing is not the same as actual porn. You can totally make that difference. That's what I see. When I'm looking at drawings, I don't look at porn. I'm looking at drawings. I'm looking at erotic art. That is not the same from two people just grabbing a camera and fucking. You can totally make the argument that what we're doing falls under art and not porn 100%. So I don't see why Patreon's going to be on like, well, you kind of sort of can draw this and that, but you can't draw that and this and shit. Like, fuck off. It's a drawing. It's not real. Like I said, Dora the Explorer does not exist. I don't personally watch that kind of stuff, like the lolly kind of stuff and the scat, but I certainly don't want to ban that kind of stuff. I certainly don't want to have that shit censored. Just let them do their thing. I'll do mine, and we'll just be in our own little separate area of the internet.
I still really enjoy in the SlappyVlog where you're like, everyone's 18. Meg is 18. Lois is 18.
Yeah. Everyone I draw is 18.
That cracked me up so much when I watched that.
I really hope I can make another episode. I don't know how I'm going to top it. It's so good, that episode. I haven't been drawing anymore. I stopped drawing. I've just been zooming in and out. Okay. I'm almost done with this picture, basically. Like, it's practically done. What were we talking about again?
I don't remember where we started.
Fuck. We were talking about it was Patreon, art, scat.
Ew.
Oh, I can't remember what was after that. Help us, Lazy Rock. Just talking about Dragon Ball Deep. Well, okay. Well, anyway, yeah. I don't know. I hate this art stigma. Oh yeah, SlappyVlog. That's what you were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to come up. I've got a list of jokes that I keep on. I just keep track of things. I hope I get time to make another one. I'm kind of punishing myself. I refuse to make another vlog until I have finished a video thing, my part, and I've given you everything. You know, like stuff, you know. Yep. I don't want to say anything, but you know, when it's done, that is when I will work on SlappyVlog 8. And like I said, I have a nice list of jokes, but I do not have a really good topic. And I don't want to keep making bad website practices. Oh, censorship. Yeah, that's a good topic. I could do that. I don't know what other topics I could do. I don't know if I can top episode 7, because I think that's the best episode. All the way to the audio quality sounds much better. The jokes, everything. Oh yeah, I might do an interview again, like with you, but maybe I don't know if you want to do it again.
No, I'm fine to do it again. Yeah.
Isn't that what we're doing right now?
Still kinda.
But yeah, I was thinking if I could try and find someone else. Like I said, big time.
Yeah.
I would fucking love to interview him.
I mean, just like anyone who you think would be interesting to interview, just, you know, Doesn't hurt.
Yeah, just try and give more spotlight to the people who people like.
Mhm.
You know, like you don't know much about the artist, you just know about the art. Like if I could, I would make an hour-long interview with Pandora's Box. That would be so fucking amazing. Oh fuck. But then there's like other people who like, I don't think I'm famous enough to be like in the presence of Shadman. Like, I'll tell you, man, that day when he came to your live stream, I was so jealous. I was like, oh fuck, AE, you're the big man now. Oh yeah, Cammy, I gotta draw that. I made some skeletal sketches to the I'm doing that Discord thing. You haven't commented much on it, but I know you've seen it, haven't you? The Discord project that I'm working on.
Yeah, no, yeah, I've seen it. I thought I commented a couple of times.
I mean, I don't want to announce it because that would just make people come in just to make the votes and then leave.
Yeah.
So I want this to be secret. Only the Discord people.
Only the Discord people know.
I think that's kind of cool because it kind of makes people more interested in talking. I just want to breathe life into this Discord server because I like it. I like this Discord stuff. It's pretty cool. I gotta do that. I'm calling him Cammy, but that sounds kind of like the Street Fighter chick. Cammy Uni. I like his OC. I don't know how to explain it. Like, you remember the premise to the original sequel to Epic Crossover? We were gonna make it so that you could create your own character.
Yep.
And like, I'm just thinking here, like, if I did it personally, I would make a character that looks like Cammy Uni's OC. He just, come on, that guy looks. You've seen it. You've seen the white-haired.
Yep, I've seen
like,
it.
I'm gonna call him an adult. The white-haired adult.
The white-haired adult.
Not the white-haired tiny adult. for legal reasons. I love the way he looks, and I wish I could have made him like my official mascot or something like that. I don't think a lot of people like male mascots in their porns. I don't know why. I mean, obviously the women bring in the sex appeal, but I think a guy could be pretty interesting too. You know, but that's the thing is like when it comes to Rule 34, the comments, they fucking hate. It's almost like no, you're not allowed to touch my waifu. Only I can fuck my waifu. And so when they see somebody they don't like outside of their inner circle fucking somebody that they don't like, they're like, no, that's horrible. That's terrible. Get that shit away. Especially if it's a black person. If it's a black guy, these guys raise up a storm. It's so fucking annoying. I don't know why. This is a part of my new server for Glassfish. What the? Tell him to get his ass over on the AEhentai Discord then. I want to talk to him. I love to talk to a whole lot of these other famous artists, you know, who are doing the same thing I'm doing, you know? A lot of times I tried to contact them, but they kind of just, they don't get into conversations with me. They kind of just, oh yeah, hey, yeah, I'm glad you like my stuff, bye. It's like, come on, I'm not just some normal guy. I do the same stuff you do. You know, give me some credit. Like you mentioned Glassfish. What do you think of Glassfish? You've seen his stuff, haven't you?
I think she's a she.
Fuck.
Yep, no, I do like it. There was a couple of stuff I saw. Don't remember what it was originally that I saw that made me notice it. It was a while ago.
I like it. I just wish he made bigger dicks. Except I do not like them baby cocks right there. Those things need to be big, fat, juicy. Okay, Glassfish is a she. That might explain the little dick. Again, I'm not gay. There were a lot of other artists out there. I've never heard of Witch King 00.
I've seen a couple of their things. It's been a while though. They do nope, forgotten what they did that I remember seeing. I think it was some sort of Adventure Time thing that I saw they did.
I might like seen the art just by chance. I never connected the two, so I don't know. Yoribot? Something like that? Is that, I think you know what I'm talking about?
Aerobot.
Erotic-bot?
Yeah,
Erotic-bot?
That's the one I was thinking.
Yeah, fuck. I tried for one day and I got close, but I didn't master it. And I really want to do his color style. because he actually posted like step-by-step instructions, and I was like, yes, this is great. Oh, I love his drawing, everything. It's beautiful, and I desperately want to mimic that style. I don't know what else to say on that shit. I'm just amazed. Damn it, I think I'm done with this picture, and I don't know what else I can do to it. I should have made something more detailed, so it could have taken longer.
Well, I'm almost done myself. Well, I'm not done, but I'm...
Well, when do you typically end these streams? Because I never actually...
Right around 11, actually. So, 15 more minutes.
Okay, that's good. We got 15 minutes time to talk. That's cool.
Do you have any more?
Hey, I mean, this... Oh, yeah, I got plenty of stuff on my list. I'm just listening to the chat because I'm naming all these different artists. And I think it's interesting to talk about different artists because, again, not that many people talk about them, you know? Or at least you don't hear them in videos, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Cammy. Well, in the political climate, the whole black guy fucking the waifu thing could be taken a certain way. I don't know what you mean, Cammy. I don't have a problem with it because it's not real. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. If it's a black guy fucking Francine Smith, let's say Francine Smith, for example. If a black guy is fucking Francine Smith, who gives a fuck? Who cares if it's because she's not real. It's fake. In your mind, you can just, hell, you can just go into Photoshop and fix it. It's that easy. Like, they're okay with green dicks and red dicks and all kinds of rainbows, but you can't make it brown, otherwise that's a big no-no. On my Patreon drawings, I always make sure to do both a white and a black version of it. Because it's like, there's gotta be some black guys out there who are like, want to be represented or whatever.
Glad to hear that, Lazy Rock.
Damn right. I just hope this doesn't sound too shitty at the end when I go back and listen to this.
No, it's not that noticeable. And I think there's actually some filters in like Adobe Audition or Audacity or whatever that like automatically go in and look for that sort of clicky noise and chop it out.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely see what I can do to fix any sort of errors, and I'll probably cut any quiet moments between us.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff that we don't need, like us talking for about 15 minutes about why the audio's not working.
Oh yeah, that's
excited for the new Broly movie. I haven't watched any of Super yet myself.
I have.
Yeah.
With the volume down.
I have. I want to see it at some point because I do like me some Dragon Ball. I was actually way more of a fan of Dragon Ball than I was Dragon Ball Z, and I actually only within like the last couple of years actually watched all of DBZ, and now I'm behind in Super. And the thing I took away from DBZ is that Goku is a terrible husband who just abandons his family at every chance he can get.
Just by looking at it, yeah. He totally does that. And that's a good premise for the Dragon Ball Z thing, like Goku loves fucking around with all these other things.
Exactly.
Someone's gotta get these women, Yeah, I guess we can just move on to the next topic. Got a little bit of time left. Okay, next question or thing is, what are your thoughts on crossover content? Because I love that shit, and I do that all the fucking time.
Depends on how it's done, really. Like, the type I enjoy the most is when it's something where there's some sort of connection, not necessarily like actually connected, but like the type of crossover where the characters in it are similar in some way. I don't know, similar is not the right word, but like as an example, I can totally see like a crossover of between Archer and Venture Brothers. Man, I actually had a list of all the types of specific things, and now they are just not coming to me now that I need them.
I get what you're saying, like some crossovers fit and other things don't. Yeah. Like you wouldn't see Goku meet with Rick and Morty. The art style is just so different. Everything about it is just so opposite each other. It wouldn't make much sense.
Yeah, I like crossovers where the art style looks really similar, so it could be the same thing, you don't know. Or so like a lot of like the Nickelodeon stuff I think kind of fits that, because there's that kind of overall style with some of it. Same thing with a lot of the different Disney things, like Gravity Falls and Star Versus have a very similar type thing. And also the story show type, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
similar.
I think I agree with you. Like, yeah, there was a limit on sort of BBM, BBF. The Pal Comics guy.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
you know his art style.
I know it. Yep.
Yeah, I remember he did a picture with Storm from X-Men, fucking Luigi, and that was so random to me that I just like I couldn't enjoy it. It's just
Well, see, it's like I like, as I said, I like story guy. So with the crossover things, I usually like it if there's a in-universe reason that makes it make sense. Like when we did Epic Crossover, it all made sense because it was just this magical fantasy chamber he stumbled into. So it could have been anybody. It didn't matter.
yeah.
So it's like that sort of thing. I like for there to be a reason why the crossover is happening.
Yeah.
So like a lot of times when it's just like a random picture of two completely unrelated characters, then I'm a little towards it. But if there's like some sort of reason tied in there, then I'm much more behind it.
That's a good segue because they're talking about Smash Brothers in the chat, and it's like it's this crossover. It's this massive thing where all these people, and I think Super Smash Brothers might be the only way you could actually draw someone as detailed as, say, Bayonetta, and
Luigi.
again, yeah, exactly, with Luigi, it somehow would actually look good. It's very odd how they pull that off. Yeah, what do you think about the? Well, never mind. You don't give a fuck about video games.
You know, I used to play Super Smash Brothers way back.
Well, yeah, I did too. I don't have a Wii U.
Yeah, me neither.
I like it. I definitely want to draw content for it. I just don't have the time, I guess. I don't know if other people share my passion for crossover content. I certainly hope they do, because I kind of I agree with you. That it does have to have a story. It has to make sense in a way. You know, it's got to have a nice similar art style, like that Steve Smith fucking Chi-Chi and Velma and all that picture in the beach. I think it works. I'm not sure. I need feedback.
It was also like I really like crossovers when it's not necessarily doesn't have to be like story, but if it's all from the same person, like if you did Simpsons with Futurama with Disenchantment type thing, like I like that type a lot. I don't know why, just where it's all from the same creators type thing. So I mean, obviously any Family Guy, American Dad, Cleveland Show, but that's all in the same universe, so that doesn't really count.
I mean, that's why I think the American Dad kind of Family Guy kind of stuff works, because they share the same universe.
Yeah.
I think we got time for one more topic.
Right.
I just want to read the comments before. All right, let's see. Yeah, are you guys doing another one of these streams? I don't know. I know I can't do it next week. I'm kind of busy next week.
I can't do it next week either. I'm gonna be in Canada.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. Going to the Ottawa International Animation Festival to look at cool stuff.
Well, lucky you. You get to go to all these fucking Comic-Cons and all that shit.
Well, this is not really a Comic-Con. This is more of a industry, like animation industry type film festival thing, which is pretty cool to go to, I've got to say.
I don't get to do that. I'm too fucking poor. I will do that because, like, my Patreon has been growing to the point where I feel like I think a trip, some sort of vacation sort of thing might happen. I don't know when, but it's growing. And as it continues to grow, I feel more like I can calm down.
Yeah.
Because years ago, fuck, especially during the Epic Crossover days, that was the lowest fucking points of my life. God, that shit was tough. Damn it. It was nasty, dude. I think I broke down and like cry messaged you about it like a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was so depressing to me.
Yeah, no, I did not have a great time myself during those months.
Yeah, I mean, we were just forcing ourselves to get that video done, and we put too much on our plate, and it fucked everything up.
Well, you remember, like, I'm pretty sure it was during then where my they came and took my car away. I think I messaged you about it. They took my car because I'd forgotten to pay, and then I couldn't get my car back unless I paid something, but then because of when they took it, I couldn't get it back, and so they charged me for keeping my car there overnight, and I wound up losing like $700 right then, and it was awful. Ugh.
Damn.
Amongst many other terrible things that happened. Just bad timing. Hey Gunflame, you're coming in right in as the stream is winding down.
Again, I really hope I can post it on YouTube. This wasn't pornographic. My picture at least wasn't.
Oh, mine sure is.
I don't know. I'm sure I can find some way to edit this.
Yeah.
Like, I certainly hope I can. If I can't, then I don't know. I'll just make it into a podcast or something.
Figure something out.
But yeah, I still got a massive fucking list of things we can continue to talk about for a long time. And I'm sure whenever we do another one, the list will be just as big.
I can do it again, like, maybe early next month or something, because I know we can for the next week or so.
It'll definitely be in October.
I mean, maybe we can, just make it like a monthly thing we do every so often, or
yeah,
because it's just fun. I like doing these.
Yeah, I hope so, because you don't really talk much when you're by yourself.
I know. Well, because I'm by myself.
Yeah. I didn't catch much of the Cyber Unique one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys talk just as much.
We do
together.
sometimes, or sometimes we also just kind of are both focusing on what we're doing and forget to talk. But
okay.
Yeah, it happens.
Damn right.
Trying to keep people interested.
Yeah, we have to. That's how it works. You gotta get people focused, interested in all that shit.
Gunflame, am I super quiet or are you super quiet? And by which I mean, is your volume turned up? Because actually no, mine does not look great as far as volume goes here. Alright, I'm gonna put this right in my mouth. I don't know if that's helping.
This is quite a lot.
Yeah, well, I'm watching the volume and it's showing me that your volume is higher than mine, even though mine's all the way turned up. Oh, thank you, Mike, for not being great.
I mean, you sound good to me.
Alright, well, that's good.
And I'm all that matters, so...
I think there's gotta be like I can probably boost my audio, right? Yeah, like this. Okay, I think I boosted myself. Hey, Gunflame, am I louder now? Yay, we got Lazy Rock super interested the entire stream. That's the goal.
Lazy Rock was so hyped to see this. Like, he was the only one, like, really, like, time people will grow and stuff like that. Especially if me and you were to do this once a month.
Yep.
Yeah, like, it'll grow. People be like, oh, fuck, can't wait for the next Slappyfrog AEhentai live stream.
Yeah.
What are they going to talk about next?
Yeah, call me. I might add a voice chat to the Discord server if people think they'd use it. I probably won't very much myself, but
yeah,
I can add it if other people want it.
I don't really have enough time to do that much socializing.
Yeah, me neither.
I was very fortunate to be done with this picture like an hour ago.
Hey, Gunflame, you're one of my patrons, right? You should be automatically jumped into the server. But I can grab a link to it here. There you go. But if you're not synced, then you don't get all the special magical patron role that gives you all the cool stuff in my server. Kami, the doujin in the corner of my stream is something I wrote for Cyber Unique's site, newdoujinspot.com, which is a site he's doing where he's just uploading it with his art of stuff. It is a pay site, but you also get into his other site, which is some pretty cool stuff. But I got to write this comic, and then he drew it, which is really cool, because I wrote it, and now I get to see it, and that's a cool thing.
Yeah, lucky you, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what I could make my own comic.
Yeah, but I can't make my own comic. I've tried, and it makes me cry.
Well, that's pretty cool to have that ability, to think it and to just put it on. Yeah.
Oh, it is, yeah. Drawing is one of those things that every so often I watch someone streaming drawing, and I'm like, I could do this, and then I try, and then I realize, oh no, I can't. Yeah, Lazy Rock, that's how we audio for the stream, because otherwise we'd have a whole lot of weird echo going on, and it would be dissynced from the stream and all that. Alright, well, I think I am about done with what I was gonna get done for this stream, unless you'll add any other quick topics you wanna cover.
Yeah, I got a ton, dude. I got a ton. Like, I just looking at chat because I fucked myself by making this picture. I didn't know I made it too short. I'm done. I'm done with my picture. I've been done for 30 minutes. Next time I gotta get something more detailed, but I'll make my own comic with blackjack and hookers. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. The only thing that's slowing me down is the fact that I just don't have the time. Like, I have ideas, I have stuff that I would like to draw and stuff, you know, but I just don't have the time to do it.
Possible DVD trailer in the future. Well, there will be one eventually. We're not quite there yet.
That is a good question. Yeah, that is a good question.
Well, it also depends, you know, how much do we want to put in the trailer? Because
I mean, we have
plenty of stuff, but we don't want to spoil too much. Like, I liked the trailer we did for Epic Crossover sometimes because I just like how that came out.
I watched it recently, and I just, as an artist standpoint, I see the failures.
Oh, you know, I do too. I'm like, oh, all the stuff I didn't know how to do back then.
Because, like, you read the comments, and people still like, oh, yeah, it's the greatest fucking thing. Mm-hmm. Oh, I just done it like 100 million times. I don't see it. But now that's going to change with this Dragon Ball Deep one. 100%. I'm not fucking around with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Or,
indeed.
You know, the other stuff. Secret stuff. Yeah. I can talk about another topic.
Yeah, I'll do like one more for calling it.
Okay, so back to movies.
Mm-hmm.
If you could have a movie, who would you want to play you?
Ooh. If there was like about my life or just...
It doesn't even have to be about your life. Just like you have to be in the movie. So it could be like AEhentai gets abducted by aliens or something. It doesn't have to be a biography. Just you are playing by a character. Like you.
Someone is playing me.
Yeah, in the movie.
That's a good question. Who would I have play me? I don't know. I would totally watch a movie that has me, but played by Tom Cruise. So I think that would be hilarious. Really? Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking Terry Crews because I look nothing like him.
That'd be good.
I at least think that'd be fun.
I mean, I look nothing like Tom Cruise, so
I'd still put like based on a true story though. Even if it was like getting abducted by aliens.
Based on a true story.
It's based off my true story. It's happened to me in my head. I was a black man and I was abducted by aliens. And that really happened in my mind.
All right, well, I think that's good. I gotta, unfortunately, do a bunch of work. Yeah, this was fun. We definitely got to do it again.
Oh yeah, I liked it. I was kind of afraid at the beginning.
Yeah, no, it's a lot easier than you think going into it. I remember when I first started talking on stream, it was much different. Like I was real nervous, but it's just real easy once you get into it.
Yeah, I look forward to doing this again.
All right, well, I'm gonna end the stream and start working on other stuff I gotta work on.
Yeah, me too.
All right, definitely gotta do this again.
Yeah. All right, thanks everybody.
Yep, thanks everyone. We'll figure out the next time we'll do this and let everyone know.